Hi, I want to welcome everyone back, and we are talking again with Jay Stinnett. It's an awesome book. Hope everybody had an opportunity to download it. Say, yep, Jay says hello. I wanted to talk more about something that I certainly it's the response versus a reaction. I am very good at getting reactions. I'm just awesome at it for some reason. I would much rather get a response.
Right.
But the habit that I've formed is, I'm going to say manipulation. I'm just going to call myself on what it is. Manipulating with that response, getting that, or I'm sorry, getting that reaction and getting what I want done, as opposed to, I'm sure there's easier, softer way, right? So can you help us with that, or at least help me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The this technique of communication is so helpful, and there is no area or aspect in your life where it will not be of benefit. And this idea of reaction, there's a few words that we break down a little bit differently in this teaching, and one is reaction. It's reacting the past.
I'm writing this down, even though I get to go back and look at this.
So any time that I am in reaction, I am reacting a previous event. Okay? Generally an emotional one, where she or he did something to me or didn't do something that they were supposed to do. And so I'm not dealing with the present moment. I am not in the present moment. I am completely removed from it, and I'm in the past. Now, there's all kinds of different ways to become present and the like, but in daily communication, one of the things that's really helpful is to recognize that it's anything that I say can be said courteously. It just takes a little bit, and that it's how I say things that is even as important as what I'm saying. So if I'm going to be a loving partner, I've got to maybe put a little more energy into communicating. It's just like there's a difference between a quick and a kiss. So it's all about how we communicate. So, I was raised at a time when you were first learning to approach girls, what you did is you carried their books. If the girl let you carry her books, you were on the path. Right?
Okay.
So I'm a guy that likes to carry stuff, right? It's just part of my upbringing and all that thing. When Adele and I take a walk, I even carry her coffee mug. So that when we walk to the coffee shop to get a jolt, I carry her mug because I don't have one myself to carry, but it's like me, I got the girl kind of thing.
Right.
So, and she allows me to do that very sweetly in all kinds of different fashions. However, when we travel, she insists on lugging a 50-pound bag and tossing it around, and she doesn't weigh much more than two of those, right? So I mean, it's always stunning to observe, and always it's me controlling her or taking away her power or something when I want to carry her luggage or like put it on the thing at the baggage claim or that kind of stuff. So she's leaving on a trip. If I just go with my usual thing, I will usurp her. I will grab the bag and start to take it so that she doesn't. She then will grab it from me and we'll go through the dance. That's the way that it used to be, okay? That's the way that it almost always has been. So that's the reacting, right? So the other day I take her to the airport, to put her on the airplane. and we're doing something else a couple days earlier, and it occurs to me that I might want to get a response in this situation instead of a reaction. So what I do is I give her two positives. You know, baby, I really love it when you let me carry your coffee mug. It makes me feel like I'm a guy, got the girl, all that stuff. It really makes me, and it's always a bunch of fun to go and grab a cup of coffee with you, and it's just one of my favorite things that we do, and the walk that's involved, it's just great. Then I lay my point of view on her. I lay the truth on her, which is, you know, you're kind enough to let me do this, but yet when I want to carry the biggest item that you ever have, which is your luggage, there's always a disconnect, and I kind of we end up having some kind of a thing where I'm fighting you to do the thing that you let me do so sweetly all the time. Would you be kind enough when I take you to the airport on Tuesday to let me carry your luggage? And I really appreciate you doing that. What's she going to do? I've validated her. I've talked about what it is that I appreciate. I've told her what it is that I want, as opposed to, hey, Adele, you know, I'm taking you to the airport tomorrow, and I'd really appreciate it if you don't fight me about me putting the bag on the belt, all right?
That's a big difference.
So this method of communication about how to get a response instead of a reaction. Two positives. Now, I know that some of your friends out there may have to do what a couple of my clients have done, which is actually they can't remember the good thing about him or her. So they do a little crib sheet so that they can remember. Because I've worked with some people that are very, very serious situations. And this is how you start to take the pressure off. Because I need to consider my partner before I speak to them. One of the things that we forget is that here's this person that we've been with 10 months, 10 weeks, 10 years, 20 years, right? And yet I will not give them the same consideration that they're due. I mean, I will take stuff personally that Adele says to me that if somebody else said it, I wouldn't take it personally. I forget who she is. This entire practice, Loving Sober, is about remembering who my partner is in thought, word, and deed. And who is my wife? She's my greatest supporter. She wants better for me than I'd ever dare dream for myself. And for all her character traits, she's a lot of fun to be around. And this is what we try and mindfully support in all of our actions. And it's in our thoughts, in our words, and in our deeds.
I wish I could remember that. How do you get into a habit? I mean, you have to form the habit because you had a habit previously of speaking with her. You just really kind of said that. Now, how do you, without getting frustrated and saying, oh, forget it, how do you just keep going to make this a new habit?
Well, this is a commitment. And it's a commitment that we both make. You know, and we don't have to both make it. I work with single people also, but it's a commitment that I make that I want a better life. I want a better relationship. I want to be able to, and so it's just a matter of mindfulness. You know, how do we do anything mindfully?
Not being in the moment, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is no different than learning to use a microwave or an ATM. When we first got them, oh my God, how am I going to remember what to do? You know? Of course, I'm the kind of guy that I read the manual 7 years later.